Yeah, you are right. Vocabulary is a different part, right? Because sometime what happen, vocabulary, we everyone they scared about vocabulary. But what do you think about vocabulary? What is the tell me, what is the vocabulary? What's your opinion about vocabulary? Tell me. Okay. Mhm. Mhm. Okay. Mhm. Okay, I got your point because you wanted to tell if you watch any tech talk or any YouTube channel or any speaker, that's when you remember only 4 or 5 vocabularies and while interact with others or if you talk with yourself, then you use that vocabulary, right? Is it your point? Okay, I got your point. Vocabulary means adjective, noun, and adverb. It is called vocabulary. If I tell you, okay, listen to me. What I want to tell you, listen to me first. If I tell you, Abdul is a intelligent boy. Intelligent is if I tell you Abdul is a good boy, good is a adjective, right? If I tell you he is a good at English, good at is a adjective. But we always care about different, right? Vocabulary means we think in a different. But whatever you are seeing around you, all noun are vocabulary, right? All adjective are vocabulary, all adverb are vocabulary. But we have to remember logically and step by step inside our head. We have to create English file inside our mind, that is a tense file, idiom, phrasal verb file, part of speech file, and vocabulary file. While interact with others, we have to open that file and we talk with them, right? Because we have a passive vocabulary backside in our head, but we have to use active vocabulary while talking with others. Then our brain like repetition, our brain remember repetition. If you repeatedly do same thing continuously 1 month or 1 week, then definitely your brain capture that words inside your head, right? That's why speaking comes by speaking. And speaking means we have to train our mind to tongue, right? And if you do regularly, then definitely your brain, your mind provides sentence step by step. If you connect with someone, if you talk with someone, right? And that's why language is a ocean, and language is a learnable skill. Anyone can learn, anyone can speak. Language doesn't require any degree, percentage, any score. It is required devotion, determination, dedication, self motivation, consistency, motivation, and habit. Those kind of ingredient required to enhance any language, right? And even you see beggars, Mumbai and Delhi beggars, street vendors, tourist guider, they don't have degree on their hand, they cannot read right, but they can speak fluently, apart from well educated people, right? They have a atmosphere in front of them, because they don't have different option on their hand. Right now I don't know your native language, you don't know my native language, still we are communicating each other through English language, right? Then like that, they people, they don't about making mistake, they don't worry about making mistake. But well educated people, they always think, if I make mistake while talking with others, that person what they think about me, they don't ready to lose their dignity, they don't ready to lose their self esteem, they don't ready to lose their dignity in front of anyone. They always think, if I better, if I will be better, after that I start speaking with someone in English, right? But we have to start since this kind of conversation, right? Because you always never get well educated people and English speaker. How can you know who actually speak English, right? But if you start with yourself, how to practice English properly, then you can do it slowly, gradually. Language always takes time. If you think about it, if you remember that sentence, then you don't worry about making mistake, and you don't worry about when I. Okay, that is a good question, because even though I want to tell you one thing, we are Indian, right? We don't have atmosphere and we don't get a language partner, right? Then where you listen and with whom you speak in language, then grammar, without grammar how can you make sentence? Mhm. Okay, I got your point, but your question was means language learning for grammar or not. I am telling, listen to me. I am telling, listen to me. Grammar required. Without grammar, how can you make sentence? Tell me right now. If I ask you, what's your name? What is your name? Means that is also grammar, right? Without each, how can you make sentence, right? If I tell. No, it is doesn't require, but because we got atmosphere since birth. When you born, that's when you got that as atmosphere. Your parents speak with your native language. Your siblings speak with you native language. Your relative speak with you in native language. Your family members interact with you in your native language. Then no need to take grammar. It's okay. I am not telling grammar is not required 100 to 10%. Without grammar required, it's okay. But where you listen, because we are Indian, we don't have language partner with whom you speak, and where you listen in English, then you can speak without grammar in English. Mhm. Okay, yeah, I got your point. But we are talking about grammar. We are talking about grammar. Your question was, without grammar, can we speak in English or not? And language required grammar or not? Is it your question? But I am telling, it's okay. illiterate people, they don't know reading, they cannot read, right, and they don't know about language, they can speak because they got the atmosphere. They always interact with foreigner, they always interact with different country people, and they got that atmosphere, they listen and they try to speak with them in broken English. After that, slowly they can speak better English, right? But well educated people, I am talking about well educated people, they cannot talk with anyone in English, right? They cannot interact with anyone like a street vendor and beggars and like a tourist guider. They don't have atmosphere, they cannot tell anyone, I want to enhance my English speaking and I want to practice with you. If I make mistake, you correct my mistake. You cannot tell your friend and you cannot tell your family members and your sibling, right? They don't have time to listen your words half an hour, they correct your mistake. Then we have to slowly, we have to focus also 30% and 40% grammar. Without tense, how can you learn language? I am talking about well educated people, I'm not talking about. I got your, it is your because you take that technique. Okay, I agree also. Without grammar, also we can speak English or any language. It's okay, but it will take time. Anyway, it is a learnable skill because you take your technique and formula to speak better English. Right? It is your technique and formula. My technique, my formula is a different, and how you I think about language deeply. That is my different motto and technique. But without grammar also people they can learn language, and with grammar also people they can learn means language, because it is depend upon person to person how you motivate yourself and how you educated yourself, and you can learn anything, right? But I believe personally myself, because we are living in non-native speaker country, we don't have a atmosphere to interact with anyone in listening, and with whom we listen. Well, no, I don't have much idea about deeply grammar, but language is a ocean, right? Language is a ocean. It is not a small thing. Then right now I'm, if I tell you, of course, definitely it will take time. Slowly we can do it, right? Grammar also, yeah, but grammar is a, grammar is a different, and writing make you discipline, right? If you write something, then you have to use grammar. Without grammar you cannot miss make a single sentence. Then writing takes grammar. A speaking part, anyone can make mistake also. That is a, we speak with grammar with correct sentence, then anyone can understand what you wanna tell them. Without grammar, if I ask you name, if I tell, I don't tell you what is your name, then you cannot understand. If I tell you name, then how can you? Yeah, of course, definitely, definitely. Without tense, how can you? Right now, whatever we are talking each other, according to tense magic, right? If I tell you, how did you start your learning journey? Where are you from? That is also tense without grammar. If I tell you, where are you from? If I never tell where you from, okay, it is a understandable. You reply, I am from Maharashtra, Gujarat, whatever you are. But that is a not a if you interact with foreigner, and if you never speak with them with correct sentence with grammar, then they cannot understand what you wanna tell them. that meaning is a different. Pardon? No, no, they are using. If you talk with anyone without grammar, how can they understand? How they can understand? Of course, definitely they are native language in English. Their native language is English, right? Obviously, they can understand and they can speak, no doubt. But we are not native speaker. We don't have much idea about language, right? Then we are learning. Then if we speak with correct sentence, they can easily understand our means thought. We can convey in front of them. That's why I'm telling. Otherwise, without grammar also, no required grammar to speak English. That is a different part. But if you okay, but first of all, language learning. Oh, how any beginner they learn. What type of they learn in language? Tell me. Because when did you start your learning journey? Okay, you never focus in grammar or anything. It's okay because different. But you speaking with yourself, right? Okay, tell me. Mhm. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with your point because without grammar, anyone can they speak, anyone can they communicate with anyone. It is a language, right? It is a language. It's okay. I got your point. But where you listen, if you have a atmosphere, then you can learn and speak through listening. Then no need to grammar. But if you don't have listening atmosphere, you don't have speaking atmosphere, then how can you do it? You have to learn with yourself because reading, writing, and listening and speaking. First of all, we focus also reading and writing, right? First, we have to read, then after that we start writing, after that listening and speaking, then we can understand easily and we can communicate with others because we are non-native speaker country people, right? But that is a depend upon person to person. It is a so vast, language discussion is a so vast, right? But language is language. Anyone can learn, anyone can speak. And that's why language is just like a driving and swimming. If you want to learn driving, you have to sit on the driver's seat. If you want to learn swimming, you have to jump into water. And we have to practice regularly. If you don't practice, if you don't talk with anyone 10 to 20 minutes per day, then we may lose our fluency and confidence, right? If you have a good fluency, no need to grammar, anyone ready to talk with you. If you have a good